Hi, Nick again from the Vale of Alexton Model Railway, and a small quick video on the progress. From those who've had a view of a couple of the other videos, this is the area that is now the main construction area for the next stage. This here gives me a rough idea of what I'm trying to achieve. We've got a school there obviously, and that is church, which is pretty obvious, and then a small engineering works at the top there and a small house. Here I intend to put a row of workers' cottages, cutting the front off of these models, so they've got more space at the back here to do gardens basically before reaching the railway line, which runs across, which will go over the river. Small bridge here over the river. This is obviously the road that goes up across here, up the hill, over the top and away over the bridge. That there is my plan. Now, as we all know, not every plan works, but I find it an idea to put things out, or get, as you can see here, I get these from Metcalf. They give you an idea of whereabouts or how much room you need to put things in, but during some nights and winter days where the weather's too bad, I obviously build these models up in the warmth of the home, ready to go on the model railway. They all need detailing and weathering and things like that, but it gives me a good idea. So if I remove the buildings for now, talk amongst yourselves while I do that. There we go. As you can see, these, the construction of the landscape is basically insulating foam that you can pick up from most DIY stores in your area. And I'll start with blocks of foam stuck roughly where I want them to be, and then from there I start carving and shaping. It takes a while, as you can see. It's still needs quite a bit of work to do on it. I do try to remove the silver cover on these insulation boards, but sometimes it becomes, well, yeah, as you can see, stuck fast. So as with the foam, once I've carved, now funny enough, I don't want to advertise any names or anything, but I use this for carving a lot of the stuff. I've tried using foam cutters, but I find well, the foam irons or heat rings and what have you, but I find they just give off an awful smell and just melt the stuff and not gives a clean cut at all. This, if you're careful and use it, you can slice out, cut sides, etc, etc. Also with a craft knife, and with a mask on, I may add, I use sandpaper to round off the edges, etc. Now, as you can see here, where I've had to join in bits of foam, I've filled it with well, tissue paper, basically, a cleaning paper that I use for there you go. Again, you can get it from DIY stores, but I've used that, stuffed it in, layer of PVA glue, stuffed another bit in PVA just to fill the gaps into a certain extent, and then I intend to get the old plaster out and fill in the cracks and smooth off, do a bit more cutting, rounding, putting the models back, the houses back again, just to see how the land lies. Coming up with ideas as you do, smoothing things off. This obviously here is the entrance into the engine shed and works. The bridge, which will be walled. I've put a retaining wall there so I can fill some gaps in with the plaster so it doesn't spread everywhere. And then once I've done that and I'm happy with the shape and that all the models fit, I then cover it with the plaster material, the rock, I think they call it, rock plaster, that comes in rolls. Dip in water, or cut them into sections, dip in water, lay them on top and smooth out to get all the nooks and crannies out the way. And then once that's done, a little bit of what I call smooth plaster to fill in any obvious defaults, lumps, bumps that may come up after the main plastering has been finished, and then on to painting and so forth. So, as I usually only show people areas that are finished, nobody has seen the way I sort of operate and work. May not be interesting, but once again, as I say, this is just gives people ideas what to use, how I go about things, haphazard. Yeah, play around with it. Obviously, you know, if it all goes totally wrong, and you can just get the old scraper out and rip it all off, start again. There you are. So until next time, I shall say goodbye.